Buddy Pod, baby. I'm a buddy, he's a dude.
And I'm a dude, and he's a buddy.
We got our first guest here, motherfucking Ryan Long, baby.
And I'm a dog, and he's a buddy, and he's a dude.
Yeah. Together, all three, we're dude, buddy, dog.
Oh, shit. Ryan from the Boys Cast, bringing that boy
Are you the
energy.
dude or is Danny the buddy?
Oh, we're buddies and we're dudes, dude.
Oh,
Anybody
it's
can.
dudes
It's
and
interchangeable, you know. So some days he's the buddy, and I'm the dude, and he's the dude, and I'm the buddy.
Anybody can be a buddy or a dude.
I, don't know if I feel like Danny's the dude because I don't know if you remember. Probably one of my favorite stories was Danny was outside the corner. I can't remember exactly what people were talking about, but someone was saying something to Danny Martinelli. Goes, I fucking love being a dude.
Oh yeah, bro. Being a dude's like sick. It's the fucking most easiest, chillest thing in the world, and like everybody wants to be a dude, bro. Like, you know, like at the end of the day, even lesbians want to be dudes. All they want to do is just chill and finger bang chicks.
They definitely do.
Well, lesbians can be dudes, man. That's the
Always
thing.
beating their
And
wives.
Ladies can be dudes. Yeah, they
Rushing
are.
out in the middle of traffic.
Ever seen a lesbian fight?
Being a dude's so fucking sick.
It is though. Truly, like if you think about it, like being a dude is just general. Like all you do is care about like cool shit, having fun, and then and not like and not stressing. You know what I mean?
Oh wow, yeah, at the core.
And getting shit done. Like at the end of the day, too, it's like about production. Like what do you produce? Is it good times?
Yeah, you produce a good time.
Yeah,
That's
man.
it. That's the
A
product.
couple of laughs with the dogs.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then when like people are like all when they're like there's problems around, it's like, oh fuck man, like who's gonna handle it? And it's usually a dude that handles it.
dudes do be handling stuff.
It do be that way.
It's not-
Standing on business.
Yeah, you're not
Yeah.
gonna find like a little schleb of a dude. Well, no, yeah, I don't know. I guess dudes.
Have
come
you ever
in
noticed
various
that-
different types?
He's like, well, actually, you know, there is scenarios where I guess a dude couldn't handle it, but the majority of the time, dudes do be handling
Yeah,
it.
yeah. dudes
He
be
was
handling
stressed,
it.
He was stressed out that he thought of a scenario where there might be a case where a dude doesn't handle the business, but
Oh, it's
Yeah,
gonna
well,
keep
it's
him
like-
up all night, dude. He's
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
be tossing and turning,
It's
and
like,
wakes up. No, dude. Oh, dude, no.
Gonna go back to like my dark times in my psych as a kid when I fully not developed. Into
Weren't you weren't a dude yet? Yeah.
When I was just like
What age do you become a dude?
I'd probably say like
Eight-
16, 18. is
Yeah,
a
I was
dude.
gonna say about 8 or 9, but yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess. Well, no, yeah, because he's like, oh hey, what's up, little dude? How you doing? And I'm like,
little dude, then you graduate to medium dude.
dude,
yeah.
yeah,
yeah.
And you're fucking just dude. Yeah, it's like Geo dude.
And then I think there's a time in your life too where the dude subsides as well. 60? Are you still a dude when you're 60?
There are a few guys that are you'll see on a boardwalk a guy that's really still rocking the dude situation
The
at 60.
boardwalk, yeah.
You know what I mean? And it depends. I feel like a part of it depends on did you do all the normal stuff and now you're going back to being a dude, or have you been a dude the whole time? And I think that's sadder.
100%,
you know what I'm
dude.
saying?
Yeah,
You see the
yeah,
60
yeah.
Like if you were like a dude up till 30, then you or 40, let's say 45 even, then you went, maybe got a wife, you had kids, and then that sort of, you know, maybe divorced, kids are gone, and you're like, you know what, I'm going to go back to
I'm
being
gonna be a dude again.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, like you have a
hell
dude
yeah.
life crisis.
Dude
Yeah,
life crisis.
dude life
Just
crisis.
sticking it out the entire time, like 70, like no change in behavior.
I do like a guy that never snaps out of it, though, dude. Yeah, you know, I do like the guy. Everybody's got the one friend, eh? Still comes over, gets too drunk.
That guy doesn't appreciate it, though. You need a glip of the real life to remember that the dude
You
life was
have
better.
to, man. You take being a dude for granted.
That's what I'm saying. That guy's just cruising around the boardwalk with his longboard at 75. He's taking it for granted. He doesn't even know how good he's got it.
Yeah, he's
No,
got
he doesn't,
the
man.
tie-dyed bandana that's folded over in his
course
hat
he
like
does.
that.
Oh, that's fucking awesome, dude.
Don't let the dude ever die. That's what I say. You know what I mean? It's like that one song where they'll never let the boy inside die or whatever, that Tom Cochran one, or fucking boy inside the man. Yeah, it's like don't let the fucking dude inside the bro die. You know?
Boy inside the man. That's the one, man. Well, this is great, Ryan. Thanks for fucking coming
Oh, we're
by.
vaping? Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Have a
Oh
vape.
no, he's
I quit vape.
every week. He quits.
Yeah, this is my fifth and final
Classic
week
dude
of
shit.
vaping,
Yeah,
dude. Yeah. No, you're a first guest, man. Only like our third guest in our home, even.
Yeah.
But
It's first time being in the place, too.
yeah, what do you
What do you
think,
think?
dude? What do you see with your eyes right now when
Give
you're
a
looking
nice little
around here?
scan like
It's
Terminator.
a mix because you guys are very, like, you know, shoes off. This is very professional environment, but you're sort of lounging around in pajamas, so it's giving mixed signals.
Well, that's what it's all about, a dude.
We
You
got
know?
sandals on both the dudes' feet, so.
Yeah.
Oh, these are slippers, brother.
Well, they're in-house slippers.
what do you see in that box there, Ryan? You can help yourself to one of those on your way out.
Oh, shit, you got turnips for the boys?
Those are sweet potatoes, brother.
Is that actually sweet
Look at the size of that
potato?
fucking
Yeah.
thing. Hold that up for the camera. That's the size of your goddamn head.
That right there is
so-
a
That's a
We're not messing around over here.
sweet potato spud bud right there for you.
Did You guys have that's some dude shit, just sitting there peeling potatoes in your underwear.
Well, we got that from the church. A couple.
Do you guys serve? No, but we do peel a lot of potatoes naked at the house. Wear dog tags, so kind of.
Oh yeah, you come in. We're not in
Yeah,
poodle
yeah, yeah,
pants.
like
We're
the-
just covered in peels.
And we just have mash on the side and the stars and everything. Yeah. We've put a couple things in there. We've done our time cutting onions, but
Yeah, it's pretty awesome here, man. Like we take care of business at this place.
we get it done. We don't really let too many people in though, and
We got a nice hotel bolt lock on that
Yeah.
door that we like to fire
we
up.
like to close.
Definitely a
that.
bit of a rough area.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, they think we're well. We
especially when the sun goes down, man. The critters crawl out.
bit of a theme here though on this pod that we have to talk about is people in this neighborhood do think we're cops.
Yeah.
They think we're undercover cops.
You for sure.
Yeah, so they don't really like bother us too much. Like if they're shooting dice or like we walk through and like they're doing.
Do you actually see that? Is this shooting?
Oh yeah,
fuck
dude. They
yeah,
shoot
man.
dice. They play fucking.
I've only read about
they
that
play-
in the.
Dude, they play dominoes
in the Globe and Mail.
Yeah.
No, they shoot dice over by Legends Barber down there on the corner, and then every time we walk by, they'll like kind of hide their like liquor, and then they'll kind of quiet down and stuff.
And every now and then they'll just shoot somebody out in front.
yeah,
Yeah, a
something-
guy named James Dice.
That's
yeah.
happened there.
yeah. So it's like pretty fun.
sick, dude.
Like
When I was
we were
speaking of black people, I was watching on the way over here. Kramer's been doing a
He's
press
been
tour.
a revival.
Oh yeah, because he wrote a book, Entrances and Exits, and so it's 18 years ago, and he's back on the scene, and he's doing the View.
That was
He
18 years
Does he
ago.
spell his
Yes.
does he spell his exit with a hard er at the end of it or what?
Yeah.
That's what he said. He goes, "Just wanted to come out here and say that I'm not sorry. I'd do it again." And-
Oh,
no, they're trotting him around, and he's doing like it's
Is it an
honestly
apology tour?
Made me tear up, sort of.
No.
I swear, because the View's.
You're talking about the video, right?
what?
Okay, the tour. Okay, never mind.
What do you think made me
I thought
tear up?
the video itself of when
The
he
actual
snapped
video
on
at the Laugh
stage. It's one of the most beautiful meltdowns
Yeah.
in the history of comedy.
You wipe a tear from your eye and goes, "This is so prolific."
Come on, Mike.
Oh, he's
Okay, so
he's
what,
so brave.
What about it? What about it made you tear
You think
up?
you know comedy, and then something comes along, and you're like, "That's comedy."
Every now and then, dude.
rewrites your entire Bible.
So what made you?
Well, Kramer's on the tour. I don't know. I saw people posting about it, and I saw the clips, and I started watching them, and it was like just bummed me out. There's like been 18 years, and they bring him out. It's like just get it out of the way. But every person, all they talked about is this thing, and he's just like, you could tell he's just like broke him as a guy, you know. And he's just kind of sitting there, and he speaks like this now. He's just
It was a colossal fuck up.
it was one of the worst fuck ups.
Oh, especially
goes-
especially like at that time too, where it was like the peak of like going into like
It was kind of right. It was like almost meta created it, if anything. It
Yeah,
was kind of a few years before.
yeah, because you got other comedians that go on like other allegations and shit, where it's like
Oh,
you know
yeah.
they're whipping their dick out, doing a whole bunch of fucked up shit, and then they're also
where it
like,
started.
yeah, and deleting his stuff, and then Kramer's like, you can't come back from once the race.
Yeah.
You can't come back. I almost wish I took my dick out.
It would have been better.
Would have came back sooner, but it broke him. He's like 75 now, and he's just sitting
Oh,
there
no
like
doubt.
shell of a guy, and he's just like,
Shell of a
again,
dude.
I've obviously went through this for every interview I've ever in history for the last 18 years, but I am sorry about the incident. And they're like, but why did you do, like, you know what I mean? And he's like, fuck off. It's like bothering me to watch him get grilled like
It'd be
that.
funny if he took like the angle like where Mike Tyson every time they're like, yeah, but you are like a convicted rapist, and then he's like, fuck you.
He's
this
yeah.
invite's over. And he
That
just-
was
yeah.
awesome. That was in Toronto.
Yeah, it was.
That was a Canadian.
Oh yeah. Oh, you a piece of shit.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what you're doing. You a fucking piece of shit.
The guy's just
like, but Mike, it's just a question.
Yeah, he's had that a couple times where he doesn't take any shit. But
Yeah.
yeah, he's a guy who and then he's just had a cartoon after that, you know?
Yeah.
But it'd be something to imagine sitting 2 feet away from Mike Tyson and just calling him a convicted rapist. Like that's on a morning show.
That guy thought he was going to get his viral moment.
Hell
you know
yeah,
what I
he
mean?
did.
got it the wrong way.
He got
but-
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got it. Yeah, fucking awesome, dude. Well, fucking
Shout out to Kramer, basically.
we're all right. So we're in Bushwick. We're in Brooklyn, Ryan. You live in Manhattan, right?
I'm a bit of a Manhattan fancy boy.
Manhattan
Yeah,
fancy.
yeah.
Well, you've done quite well. So you're a guy done good from Toronto. Originally from Toronto. This podcast is kind of about.
We do shoes in my household, actually.
Oh, you do shoes?
Full
Probably have
Americanized.
slippers,
That's
yeah.
why you've become
You got the
Americanized.
Japanese slippers?
Well, basically, if it gets too dirty, I just have them come put new floors in.
Yeah. Well, Danny, we had a guy go up on the roof to fix our internet, and he came in and trotted tar all through Danny's room, and that was
my room. And then I looked at Jared and go, "We'll get the internet back," but I got tar on my floor. Fuck.
That's fucking annoying, but the roof is sick.
Well, the thing is, the roofers came in out of nowhere on a Sunday, dude, and they just start blasting music and tar in the whole place. I wake up to like tar vibes.
Six
on
dudes, man, 2-man
Sunday,
job.
Man, like literally just like, and then I'm like, what's going on here? And then I like. 30 minutes later, the internet shuts down. These guys you ripped our cords, fully severed it, didn't give a fuck, laid the tar and left, and then like
being a roofer's awesome.
Yeah, that's what this guy is.
Just pounding Modelo's.
Yeah, man, at like 9, it was like a
just
nice,
coming in drunk.
Only one guy,
a bunch of shit and
dude,
leave.
Only one guy has to drive the truck. You know, everybody else just
it's
piles
the new guy
in,
the
hammered.
new guy on the crew. He can't have beers till the job's done.
I worked for the
city.
I worked for the city a couple of years, and I can tell you, I did 4 hours of work and 3 years of working.
What were you doing?
I worked at the hockey arena.
What'd you do there?
Nothing. No one did any.
Yeah.
Legitimately,
What
one
were
of
you
the
supposed to be doing?
one of the big things is, for 3 minutes every hour, you'd have to, when the Zamboni goes on, you'd shovel the snow back in.
Sick.
And then at the end of the night, you'd wash the dressing rooms, and literally the guy who trains you is like, yeah, mainly you just kind of put the bucket of water on the ground and then leave.
Oh, just
Sick.
had,
Like it just has to look wet.
at a local hockey rink. Like you were the in between period skater guy.
Rink rat.
Shoveling it.
That's awesome.
Oh, I was a big rink guy. Then I was a lacrosse referee for a while.
Holy fuck!
You
yeah.
refereed lacrosse?
Yeah, probably the worst referee in history.
I was
Well,
going to say, do you
crazy.
understand lacrosse to that
I
degree?
played lacrosse. I played varsity.
You did?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
What was the craziest thing you saw?
I pulled an all-nighter once and then legitimately kept like falling asleep while I was there, and then the parents kept yelling at me, being like, "Buddy, you didn't see that penalty?" And I would just be like, "Oh yeah, penalty," and I'd just literally listen to the heckles and agree with them.
You know what? I'm just going to read about this in your book that you put out when you're 75 after you drop a hard R on
I'm
stage.
telling you, the parents would be like, "What, are you fucking blind? That was checking." I go, "I know, yes, high sticking." Yeah.
Dude, you know what I used to do?
You
I
think
used,
I didn't see that? I was waiting to make sure you did.
I used to run the clock at the arena.
Your book is called Rink Rat to Arena Fella. That's what it is.
Dude, I used to run the clock at the arena, and I'd be in there, and I would always run the time. So like between plays, I would always knock a second, like
Get out of there a
I would
little
knock
quicker.
The points off of the second, right? But then sometimes I would forget, and it'd be in the last minute, and it would just be right up on the clock the second, and all the
dinging down.
parents would see me just fucking dinging off.
What were you doing? You worked at the arena too?
Yeah, I was
didn't
doing
mention that.
I was working time. I was just
You never got to do.
I didn't work at the
I
arena. I played
didn't work at
hockey,
an
and then I would
arena,
like.
no. The only thing I did was make mixed drinks in the stands while my friends were playing.
That's wild that you didn't play hockey.
It's very interesting you didn't play hockey. Almost seems like you're compensating for it as a human with everything else you do in your life.
That's why I doubled down on the dude, is because I didn't play hockey. And
Yeah.
I just wanted to fit in. Like,
It does seem like that's a dirty secret. Like if a girl was like dating you and she was like, let's go skating. You're like, I don't know if today's the day. Like that must
No,
drive
I straight up tell them, like, I don't really know how to skate, and they're like, "Are you serious?"
She's
And I'm
like,
"Yeah, get the fuck out of here." She takes out her dip and fucking whips it right up my face. She goes, "Get fucked, bud. Are you kidding me? You don't even know how to skate. I can't believe I sucked your dick."
Can't believe I got suck. This guy think he can't even play hockey from Edmonton.
That's fucking hilarious, though, man. What do you do in Edmonton if you're not playing hockey?
I don't know. I grew up in an Italian household, so I played soccer. But then my dad told me like he just didn't want to get up like early to play, like
Sick.
take me to the rink and shit. And when I was growing up, I was always fighting the hockey kids in school, and I was like, well, I don't want to like play with them.
Interesting. Why were you fighting them? Seems like
they
you're
were
people.
fucking losers, dude. They were
Okay.
all like, they just had a like when I was growing
My
up,
school, they weren't particularly
Yeah,
like, the
when I was-
popular kids either.
Yeah, when I was
Just
like,
wasn't like
they were
that.
popular in my school.
Yeah.
They were.
Yeah.
yeah, like all the hockey kids. Like,
Yeah.
it
Well,
was just-
where you grew up, I would expect that.
That's you're defined by it.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
By playing hockey.
yeah,
but
no, they were just like, I just didn't like
No,
them, but
black people. That's the quintessential part of the equation.
We had two, and one of them played hockey actually. So.
Oh, you knew what's up.
Yeah, you know.
Jared always
Yeah.
challenged him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, "This is my rink." Yeah, no, I just didn't like hockey kids, and I was a soccer household, so I grew up playing soccer, and then my dad was like, "Fuck it, I'll buy you one pair of shoes for 4 years instead of new equipment every year," and I'm like, "All right, cool."
Also, you will have to suck dick. Once.
Yeah. It's
part of the plan.
Yeah, and you are gonna have to go to Saskatchewan for my.
You're gonna chop that fucking hog off you.
No,
It's a soccer
but
household.
I kind of wish, like, I played a little bit. It would have been fun.
What about the you remember the Diddler's Curse from Maple Leaf Gardens?
What's Diddler's curse?
Well, there was a guy that was a little sucky in the I forget what time period that was, but yeah, there was a big
I don't know
diddler.
this.
Like I worked at the.
And how did it become a curse?
He worked at it's the diddler's curse, man. We never
He's
won
saying
a
it's a
cup.
blessing.
We never won a cup, brother. Didn't your old man get fucking married there?
My old man did not. He did in fact get married at the Leaf game. I was
the
there.
curse?
The officiator dropped the fucking.
Oh, it's fucking awesome, dude.
And you're on an all-nighter too.
I now pronounce you home and away.
Ryan, don't you see the fucking proposal? Yeah, you're right. Proposal. Fuck, sorry.
Who won the draw?
Yeah, sorry. Kiss the bride.
Instead of the limo going away, they just had like a hockey tour bus.
Yeah, kiss the bride, buddy.
Cans still bangling in the back though,
That's
just off the end of
awesome.
the fucking Greyhound.
Yeah,
Yeah, real trashy.
that's fucking sick, though.
Well, my favorite part about it is when they said, because we used
Was
to
he dressed as a referee, the official?
I say that.
Ah, that'd have been awesome, dude.
But everyone was wearing hockey jerseys.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So everyone, including them, was wearing hockey
What
jerseys.
fucking fantasy was your father living out in this moment?
I love it. Well, my favorite part
It's
is
so
I always,
sick, dude.
We chirp him about it, right? Because I was always telling him next time it's gonna be the NASCAR if he gets married again in the center.
Oh, yeah.
And then I go, it's white trash. He goes, white trash. You know how much that costs? he goes, like he takes offense to the fact that he called it white
Sure,
trash.
costs a lot of money.
He's
to
like, oh
put-
yeah, white trash can get married at the Leafs game in the box.
That's
Yeah,
so
yeah,
funny,
yeah.
man.
He's like, this is a high class endeavor.
You got married at the tractor pull at the fair. Do you know how much a fucking tractor costs?
Oh, yeah, oh, the tractor's just free now. Right?
Yeah.
You gotta know a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy. It was his funniest thing. I think everyone during the thing sort of knew it was funny too, including them.
Sure.
So there was a touch of irony to it.
It's like almost
Your
getting
dad's just looking at everybody when they laugh.
when everybody goes down to Vegas and gets married by like the Elvis. It's kind of like that where they're like, oh yeah, we know it's a little bit of a gimmick
Yeah,
kind
if
of thing.
Elvis
Exactly.
cost fucking $55,000 just for the rental, dude.
Not including the popcorn, all you can eat.
Dude,
yeah,
do you know how much
yeah,
you
yeah.
think a suit costs a lot of money? Those were official jerseys they were wearing out there, man.
It was so funny.
It's got a Gilmore on
Dude,
the back.
it legitimately was that. I remember like the emails went out for the wedding, like, and it was just like, okay, we need everyone's sizes for your jerseys, and it was like, we're really doing this, huh? This is happening for real.
Get
Eh?
into a fight with
All
the
right.
in-law and just jersey them and just fucking feed them uppercuts, and then you got to put them in the box for 5 minutes.
Fight at the wedding, just fucking chicken wing.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's so funny. You know, Pavy's buddy Big Mike, he was telling us a story one time about he's from Philly, and when his grandma passed away, I guess I think it was his grandma, and they're all such like trash like Philly fans, and so at the funeral they'd be like, "I'm so sorry for your loss. Go Birds." Like everybody's just go Birds.
Go Birds at the funeral. Buddy, I remember at my mom's wedding, I officiated it, or not officiated, I hosted it. What is that called? The MC.
MC.
MC,
So I
yeah.
MC'd my
Or
mom's
get
wedding.
paid?
Yeah. Sort of ate it. I went a little edgy.
Yeah,
Ooh, tough
Back
crowd.
of the room loved it.
Yeah.
I was going pretty hard.
that's awesome.
And then I remember at that one, at the end of it, my uncle, they come up to my mom and they're like, you need to get your brother, blah, blah. And they went, and he's yelling and screaming at the bar because they closed it down, and he wanted 6 travelers for his ride back to Toronto, and someone was driving him back, and it's like, you're not taking 6. And he's like, what the fuck? Then I won't have him in the car. And by the
Understood.
way, bald with a like do-rag style bandana on.
That's what your brother was?
At the wedding,
At the
nonetheless.
wedding?
Oh, dude.
Jeez.
And
seen and heard.
and it was like
I
a
like
big,
that.
yeah, it was a big scene. And then my mom comes in, you're gonna fucking do this at my wedding, blah blah blah. And he goes, okay, I'll have 1. Like, you're not getting any. Get in the car.
Who
Fuck
doesn't
you,
want
Mom.
to snap 6 off in the passenger
Yeah.
seat?
I'm out there handing out my Instagram handle. I'm like, hey, if you liked what you saw tonight,
Cards right
It's
at
just
the
going
door.
on in the back. Everyone's screaming. Hey guys, thanks for coming out. Really, it all started with you. Like you were like the string on the T-shirt that pulled, and then the whole thing slowly came apart.
hope everyone had a good time tonight. I am Instagram.
It's always
Follow me for more content.
How's Ernie used to do that? He would like, I don't know if it was just him. A few other people would do that where they would host weddings. And it would be like ones they didn't know. Like they would hire a comedian to be
Brutal,
like the
man.
MC, but he didn't know anyone.
I'm doing
Yeah.
another one this summer, actually.
Really?
Fuck, yeah, but I have done.
That's a problem. Word gets out that you're the guy that does it.
No. All my friends always approach me because I'm the stand-up.
That's what I'm saying.
In my friend group, right? The comedian. But what I have settled for now, the last couple times, I didn't MC, and I just have to do a speech at every wedding. I always have to do a speech.
It sucks.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
let
but
me
the
do a
speech, you just go up there and crush.
Well, you're supposed to roast,
No,
right?
but dude, when you do a speech at a wedding, it's like you're following like the worst open mic.
Yeah.
Right? Like everybody that goes up
It
is
depends
eating,
how well you know the people, though,
eating
right?
shit. If you know if it's your good buddy and you're going up as like, and you got the chops of a stand-up and you go up there, you could smash that speech, and then all of a sudden it's your wedding, dude. You're the star.
Yeah, the
my
bride's
day,
all
dude.
pissed off, just being like when you propose at another person's wedding, it's just like
I saw him-
I can't believe he stole the fucking speeches. Couldn't
Yeah,
steal it.
that's the problem.
that
There's a lot
real?
of girls. I think girls are onto that trick, and they're just like, no, it's not going to be 9 of your buddies roasting each other for 2 hours.
Yeah.
I went to Max's wedding. He crushed.
Well, like
Yeah.
that's what.
Well,
like,
every single guy went up. Every one of his friends was just like, basically was like saying that, like, you know, Max is so lucky to have her. He's such a loser. Like, that's the gist of
Yeah.
it. And then he goes up and he's like, I guess I'm the loser you've been talking about for the last 8 hours.
Funny.
And they just fucking went in on everyone.
Yeah.
Pavone's wedding was really funny.
I've emceed like 2 of my one buddy's weddings, and then all the rest of them, they're like, I think the wives are like, you can't have Danny like MC the wedding anymore. Like there needs
Just
to
cut to the picture of Danny being like,
barking at the fucking father-in-law. Just fucking doing all this shit. But they were like good ones.
married,
though.
more like buried.
Just drunk. Yeah, we all know you fucked someone in Mexico.
I like when someone gets on the mic and they're hammered and they're shiny and red, and you're like, oh, here we
Here we
go.
go. Kiss the fucker I did.
Yeah. It's not that special. We all did.
Just on fire, can't come down from it.
Well, there was like things too where it's just like it's just funny because like a couple of like, you know, because like a small friend circle or whatever, like a couple of your buddies date the girl, right, and then you finally date her, and then like you end up marrying her and shit, right? But then some of them are just like,
crappy.
Oh, man, you can't like. Don't
I wouldn't
like,
invite them.
Like leave.
If I was that guy, I wouldn't invite
leave
them.
the boys out of it though, you know. And you're just like, okay, there's a couple ones where you just want to fucking hit some zingers and dingers, but like,
That'd be a crazy zinger and dinger
Oh,
to
yeah.
hit.
Yeah,
Mention that she
yeah.
fucked the friend.
But it's just funny.
That's
Yeah,
fouled into
yeah,
the stands, buddy. That's fucking coming off the bat at
Yeah.
100 miles
But
per
it's not-
hour.
It's a foul ball past that, but someone's looking at their phone, and then it just
Boom!
smokes them.
Beer blows up.
But yeah,
You gotta have some nerve to hit that zinger.
Awesome, though.
But it's funny
Before
though.
I go, it was like, no.
Then you mic drop and just get going, and you're like, all right, dances,
Breaks
everybody.
the mic. Nobody else can use it for the rest of the wedding.
Oh, and she was sucking it hard. We're talking.
Yeah, like you can't lose. And just doing a fucking
Danny's acting it out. You should have seen this girl fucking 4 years ago at the fucking Tom's Thanksgiving party. She was in the back room like,
Anyways, you've come a long way, sweetheart.
Yeah.
And
you can know she's got a new set of teeth because of the amount of dicks that just fucking smashed
nice of you
them
to
up
take
there.
that cock out of your mouth and get married today.
Can't believe you're wearing a white dress.
she got one. I don't know how she's gonna
No
settle.
doubt that dress is white. Can't see all the cum. Anyways, sweetheart, you've come a long way.
It's gonna be hard for her to settle for one dick for the rest of her life. She couldn't settle for one dick for the rest of the night usually. So we're gonna.
Be a miracle if you make it through this fucking wedding.
Anyways, I've been riding long.
Follow me here. I got a QR code. Guys, you hold it up. If you just want to go ahead and pull out your cameras and scan that.
Yeah, and then you're
Yeah,
like,
it gives
I got
you
a QR code for my Zelle too.
It's for my album. It's gonna charge you $12.
Yeah, Auto 12 as soon as they scan.
Just pitching your Patreon at the end of a fucking roast, calling the guy's wife a whore. You're just like, more content on a third tier, $15, but you get full access to my whole catalog.
Oh, that's fucking sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all just had a moment there, like, nah.
I got Danny's wedding come out. I think I should drop some of that shit.
Oh yeah, in Hawaii too, huh? You could really make it weird. Everyone's trapped
Just
there.
go hard on the Jewish stuff in
Fly
front of the
home
entire
that-
Jewish
yeah,
wedding.
Fly home that night.
But then you're like, I got a nice treat here. You know, we came a long way. We grew up together in Toronto, so I just wanted to bring a little bit of home back to here to this wedding. And then you unzip JJ, comes out of a fucking carry-on.
Oh no, guy!
Yeah.
I'm not a pervert.
Did you try the salmon? It's fantastic.
It's fucking spectacular.
Special guest. I figured there wasn't enough juice here.
That's so funny. Just bringing a special guest period that's not invited, and you just add that as like it's just a part of you coming. It's not even a +1. It's just like, this is part of the prop. This is you asked me to speak. I need this guy as part of the act.
I'm a two-man team out here.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
That's gonna be a fucking hell of a wedding though. Oh, why? gonna be a good time. Is it
Oh yeah,
small?
but it's far and expensive, so no one's going.
Danny
Fucking
Polischuk.
literally never going to financially recover from this wedding.
No.
But she's
gonna ruin
fucking
me.
girl had the nerve to send. No, I've been chirping them both about this, but I've been saying she sent me the hotel that everyone's staying in. It was $800. I go, yeah, everyone's staying there.
We're
Huh?
staying at the
800 a
Ritz.
night.
Yeah.
we got a deal on the Ritz. $1,500
No one's
a
staying
night.
there.
At least it's like
Oh, it'll be super fun. Corinne's going though.
the first wedding. I can deal with
your
like
girlfriend?
destination
Oh,
wedding.
Corinne Fisher, I said.
I can deal with a destination wedding on the first like marriage, but when your buddy gets married for the second time and he's like, "Hey, yeah, we're going over here," you're like, "I don't."
Nope.
Destination, I think the point is you're trimming the herd.
Yeah, it's gonna be smaller. I think when you do that, but like
Yeah,
you
I
said,
guess,
dude, if
because then you
you
don't
get married
have all
for a
the-
second, I'm not even getting off the couch for a second wedding, dude. I'll send a letter.
Yeah. You know, you just put me on the table and just FaceTime you right
Tim.
on the fucking side.
Face
there.
right close to the camera. Let me see who's there.
Bring me around.
Yeah.
But
Pavi's was a banger though.
Pavi's was good because it was just full of comics.
Comedian weddings are sick.
Yeah, a lot of fun. That was a good one.
Haven't been to one, but I've heard. No, literally, girls have always brought that
They're
up. to
few
me.
and
She
far
goes,
between.
None of your friends are married, and you're all like 40.
Dude, those are the
'Cause it's
dudes.
sick being
You
a
have
dude,
perennial,
bro, you know what I mean?
perennial dude buddies, dude.
So what happens? You keep moving to new cities and starting again.
Yeah, and when they do have a wedding, it's always weird because like the girl's like he's known her for a month.
Oh yeah, of course.
Speaks broken English.
What are you doing there, pal?
Yeah.
When I remember when they first met, he told me they're getting married. I'm like, what are you doing there, pal? And still think that now, but
Cheers.
doesn't
to
make
you.
me always right. So
Go ahead and pinch me because I can't fucking believe I'm here today.
Happy wife, happy life. Don't think you're gonna have a happy one because this bitch is always upset. So
kept the
cheers,
receipt for
guys.
that present. So if this thing doesn't work out, I will want that back. Gonna want that blender back.
It's taped closed too because you've already used it once.
Maybe give it a couple months before you open that puppy because
Yeah, still has a little bit of the berries and the fucking mixed whey protein at the
blades,
bottom.
on
Yeah,
the blades. It's got blueberries on the blades. You might want to air that out.
yeah.
Oh, it's fucking
Aren't
awesome.
new products supposed to come like individually wrapped in plastic? And like, why is there a film of like protein around here? You're like, yeah, fucking it blends real good. That's a good one.
obviously I'm gonna test it out, make sure it's the real deal. I wouldn't screw you over like that.
Can't give you a shitty product for
It's a
present.
ninja. That's sick. Well, listen, Ryan. God bless you. I don't know what we're doing, but we.
What do you guys do? Do you have topics? Do you?
Well, usually this is what we usually do. We usually check in. We do a weekly check in. This podcast kind of about our journey.
What are we
into,
thinking,
New
yeah.
York and whatnot, right?
That's true.
So this is our basically you're gonna
So we do a
follow
check in, what we're doing, what the shows we've been.
Yeah, we do.
and how we're feeling process and mentally and how much
Mentally.
the city shit kicked us.
How are we feeling mentally?
Down, dude.
Yeah.
Who's worse?
I'm worse today.
He's worse today.
Okay,
I'm-
what's the gist of the mental anguish in general?
A few drinks last night.
Yeah, he tied it
Oh,
off.
so when you tie him on, you wake up and you're feeling it?
Well, I
He's
tied.
been a little bit loose lately here.
I had to tighten
we
it
had to
up on the
tighten it
whiteboard
up.
because this week I let the.
I was getting pretty loose
Dogs
when I
give
first
us a
moved
play
here
a
for a
couple
while.
times.
I get
No,
loose a
He
bit
was a
now.
good
but-
boy, but then the last couple days he's been slipping off, and we have a.
What does slipping off mean? You just had some drinks?
Few nights.
Well, you're just meeting everyone. You're gonna have a couple. What's the problem?
Just going, yeah, but no, I mean, Dave was in town. I drank with Dave the one night, and then I saw a bunch of guys last night. It's whatever, dude. It's not,
Yeah,
we're
but-
doing
but
fine.
But you wake up and you're just like,
Well,
what are we doing?
Inside the
2 p.m.
freezer, we have a little Mickey and a little
Danny.
2-6 bottle, and then sometimes you'll see the Mickey leave, and he's been doing bedside swigs on the fucking side, but then
Bedside swigs is unnecessary.
yeah, and then this morning I noticed not the little Mickey was there, the big.
You think that's
2-6
unnecessary?
Yes, it's unnecessary, and this is a bad town for guys that are into that.
Yeah,
It's not a
that's what I-
bedside swig town,
Yeah,
dude.
no, it's not. But the best.
This is the New York. Sorry, New York is the capital of anywhere in the world I've ever been of people that are like sober because like it was a problem.
Yeah,
like
no
him.
doubt.
Yeah.
like that. I know like 10 of those, and in Toronto I knew like one.
Well, say it's a city that
crazy
never
thing
sleeps,
about
brother.
the city, dude, is it
It never sleeps.
It never sleeps, and you can go and then
You can
when
buy
you're-
it at 4
We have a
a.m.
24-hour bodega downstairs.
And when
Yeah.
you're when you're like in the bar and stuff, usually it's like back in Canada they'd be closing at 2,
Oh,
so
you
then
get
you
a
get
liquor
the
cabinet.
Yeah, and then you
You
like
end up
holy-
drinking antifreeze if you want to be that
Yeah,
guy.
you're like, my God, it's 3:45 right now. And the guy's like, yeah, I mean, if you still want some drinks, and then you're like, well, fuck, I wanted to leave an hour
Yeah,
ago.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, what's the other option?
But let me
You're
say,
just going
listen,
sober?
overall been good. All right, we work out like every day. We fucking
7 days a week, eh?
6 days a
We
week.
go 6
You
days.
guys
a week.
are looking pretty jacked.
6 days a week.
I mean, you're always pretty jacked.
He's
But I
always
feel
been
like you're
jacked.
jacked up more than normal. Woo!
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that.
That's part of our set piece.
Yeah. Look at that. Look at that, dude. Look at that taped up pizza box, dude.
Yeah, there you go.
Fuck. No, that's all right, dude. That looks
I'm
cool
doing
too.
set deck on this. Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, all right, let's go.
I can't believe he came over and the pizza box
wild.
fell.
So
We're so
fucking
embarrassed. So
embarrassing.
embarrassed.
God.
What are the pros and what are the good parts and what are the bad parts so far? What
So
are we
of this
feeling?
week?
Just since you've been here.
Oh, since we've been here. Okay, so the good things are Danny and I.
Interesting because I just
You can just literally just.
I did the exact
rip off.
There you go. Yeah, there it is.
There you
Yeah,
go,
yeah,
there you go.
That looks good from here.
Well, we all did the exact same thing, right? I mean, I did it. Fucking Danny, Che, JJ, everyone kind of did the same thing.
Yeah.
You guys came down as a duo and also knew a lot of people here, so a lot easier than probably what everyone else.
We hit
did.
the ground running, I think.
You were the official bushwhacker. You were the first one that came through.
I was kind of the bushwhacker.
Yeah, you
for
weed
sure.
whacked it all
Yeah.
for the wave before us, and then we came in here.
funny.
Oh fuck, that's a pipe.
Yeah.
And then
I weed whacked a whole club for the Canadians.
Oh
You
hell
did.
yeah! And that's what I
You
love
did.
too, bro. Is like it's such a nice moment where it's like we're all together when we're at Williamsburg.
Yeah, sick.
And then it's just like 2016 all over again.
It
where
is
it's
cool.
Like the corner, and we're like fucking.
It's so much like
mobbing out. And then all the other Americans are like, "What the fuck's going on here?" Because we all just bang, 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 bang.
It's also hilarious when they start to like realize it because it just kind of so you'll see people put it together. You're like, wait, 7 out of the 9 guys here are Canadians, like
And
that's
bangers, and we're
random,
all
and you're
going
like, it's
up
actually not random.
Yeah,
We
it's not
took the
random
place
at all.
over.
Everyone's killing, right?
Come on, come on, come on.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I noticed though too, like some of it, like I don't know if it's like a little like maybe I look into it too much or whatever, but some of them I see like the guys that kind of are like maybe a step above like the open mic scene where they're getting like book spots and all that shit, and then they see us all in there where it's like we've like me and Jared have came in 4 months ago, and then now we're all in here, and then when it's a Canadian night, they're like they look at us kind of where they're like, well, they get like butt hurt.
Well, that's always the type of guy that's butthurt. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been working my way up through the system, and this seems injustice. And you're like, well, newsflash, comedy people
worry
book
about
their
that.
buddies.
Yeah.
I always was like, people. There's a lot of people that be like, can you believe this guy just got this because it's his friend? And you're like, yeah, that's what happens. You book
Yeah.
your friends,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and also hire your friends.
Yeah,
It's
it
like
works
that's
at a-
actually what you're supposed to do.
Nepotism, man.
Yeah.
It's real.
Well, how is it nepotism?
It's not. It's
like you're
not.
like,
It's
oh,
the
this
same
guy
thing.
like has a TV show and he only booked this guy because it's his buddy. It's like, yeah, that's what you're supposed to
That's
do.
what you're supposed to
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
You're supposed to take
It's
people
because
along.
his buddy was fucking watching him sleb shit in the trenches.
Yeah, it's
for
one thing if
fucking
they
10
suck,
years.
but if they don't suck, you're supposed to help your friends
Yeah,
out.
and when a guy's vouching for you, it's like, dude, we fucking went through the shit together back home.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, we ate shit in bars with 2-3 people in it for years. We've all been on those shows. We used to do fucking, what was it, Imperial?
Imperial.
Imperial? Imperial Pub right by Young and Dundas.
Monday,
in Toronto?
Tuesdays.
Monday, Tuesdays, man. Those were nightmares.
I was at, when I got that place shut down officially, actually.
How so?
Basically, there was a bunch of UFT professors, and they had like a big problem with my set. And then where like one lady was like, it was kind of like, that was more like what you were saying, not the Kramer thing, like 2016, 17, where it was starting to get sensitive. And there was like a UFC professors, and one of the ladies was kind of like, oh, and it was like, I think it was like a retard joke or something. She's like, oh. And then I just like went in on her.
Yeah.
And then she like formally like complained to the full thing and tried to write an article about it. And it just became this whole thing. And then
Press.
Mo at Imperial came to Danny and he was like, dude, like we're gonna have to shut this puppy down. Like you guys literally make no money. You just bark in our only customers so
Yeah,
they stop
yeah.
drinking.
It was just through that curtain in the back, like you were going to fucking rent porn when you went in there.
We fought it a couple times, I think, and then eventually they were just like, enough of this.
Yeah.
I liked Imperial, but then like I stopped going there because one day I was like driving and I'm like, should I go home? And I'm like, fuck it, I'll go to Imperial. And then when I went to go turn right over on like out where Old City Hall is to go down to Dundas and shit, bro, fucking boom, smoked this cyclist. She fucking spidered my whole windshield, everything, dude, and like. Yeah, and then so, but she was okay. But I was like, fuck, man, I shouldn't have gone there. And then, cause like it was the last like 2 times I went there, and it was just like straight bomb fest. There was 2 people in the
And
audience.
so was every other show I went
It
to.
was
I did
always
Bomb
like-
Fest. I used to drive to, like deep Burlington to go bomb for 4
Dude,
people.
I used to hop on a
Yeah.
fucking bus. I used to hop on a go bus from Toronto and go to Hamilton to bomb for 7 minutes and then hop back on a bus and come back. That's like an hour and 15 minutes
for 5 minutes too.
For 5 minutes for free.
Josh Elijah's room of the North Finch.
Yeah, dude.
That was actually good.
That was a fun one.
Yeah, that was a good one.
It got crazy.
Yeah, dude, it got pure debauchery.
I remember Keith Pedro slapping a guy in the face at that show.
What happened?
There was Keith was up there and shit. Dude, it was really funny actually. Shit was popping off. Like it was a really like rowdy, drunk, loud crowd. And there was a guy in the audience who was just fired up, and you knew he was gonna like snap at some point. You knew something was gonna go down. You had that vibe in the room, right? And then Keith was up there and he said something. I forget what the thing was that he said, but then the guy walked up and he walked like right up to Keith and he went like to like bow to him, like just like being a prick, and Keith just slapped him in the face. And then like 4 dudes, Keith had all his like old buddies there, and like 4 dudes grabbed this guy, they threw him across the table. Then I remember Keith just sitting there going, "Yeah, I rolled deep. I rolled deep." It's just mayhem in there. It's fucking
Keith,
awesome.
when he gets on himself, is like the funniest fucking thing out there, dude. When he's just all drunk and fucking power Keith.
Oh, it's the best. I've watched Keith do 40 minutes in a fucking 10-minute set, just waiting for that laugh to get off.
Yeah.
And then he almost barfed on a girl's back right after, just standing in front of him in the audience.
No, that was.
But yeah, that place was wild, right? But I mean, okay, what were the other shows that you did when you first started in Toronto? Like,
Imperial,
that's the
9,000
right?
weed rooms.
Yeah, weed room. Yeah, the underground was sick.
But yeah, underground vape on the lake. Like,
yeah.
There's the good ones were like spirits, but then there was like, I don't know, Van Dad had that one. There's just like all these weirdo little.
Skin of my nuts? Did you do
just that place? Yeah.
Was that Einstein?
No, dude. When I first started,
Skin of my nuts was Sonics, and it was on Nassau and Spadina.
Upstairs, right?
Yeah, but it was like a fucking 17-hour long show, and you would just do
that's when I invented my technique of I used to film people's sets and then put sad music underneath and send it to people.
That's awesome.
That was a bit that I had going on for a while.
Good. And then it was like one of the only rooms where I'd get to see like true open micers just fucking lose it because they got bumped for like 14 people, and then Van Dad would always be like, "Yeah, I mean, you're going up next," and then there would be like 30 people come through, and then he'd have to be like, "Actually, I got to put these guys up," and then just bump people like crazy, and then they would just fully blow snap.
Yeah, no, this is way better than being there. That's no question about that.
100%. What did you feel like was the main, like when you first moved here, you obviously, you would hang out at the stand a whole bunch of
kind of everywhere. But probably the difference was like the one thing, I just didn't know anyone. So I was just like, I went to every club, like fucking 4 or 5 a night, and was just like bothered the bookers until they finally started like gave me an audition. And then I just kept passed, and then slowly I just got passed everywhere.
Yeah.
And then I basically was here for like 4 or 5 months, and I got passed at like probably like most of the main clubs other than the Cellar, and then COVID happened.
Yeah, right. But you came here. Did you already have like a social media presence when you got here?
Nah, not really.
You did a bit though, right?
I did a bit, but like not that I
it?
could sell tickets off of.
No,
which
but
is that's enough
the
to
like if you showed up, a booker could be like, okay, this guy does this.
That's true, and
Right?
well, I had the TV shows and my all my stuff, and but nothing that was enough that I could get auditions or whatever. But it was less about the social media, more about me bothering people.
I remember being in the writers' room for your show, Ryan Longest Challenge.
Oh yeah, remember that?
Yeah, dude, because I would come there from my day job, and I would because I was such a drunk.
What a fun squad, man.
Dude, I would get beers on the way there. Remember? And I would just drink during the writing room. But I always left early because I was going to do stand up. I would always leave because I'm like, I gotta go, and then I would go like bomb like 3 or 4 sets at night. But that was awesome. And then
we just made this the show on like on Bite TV, but we basically like 6 of us would just, I don't know, where do we meet up like fucking 5 times or whatever, and like wrote the whole like thing and all these jokes. There's still like some sick.
There were some
jokes
great jokes in that show.
I know.
Dude.
There's such
Python
a funny
pants?
squad. Python
pants, dude. Ryan Longest Challenge. Can you still find that online?
Yeah.
That was fun.
Did you know this? We went to, so basically we're like selling these pants that have like a fake dick in it to make your dick look bigger. Okay. And we went to walked into Harry Rosen, and then went to the CEO's, weaseled into the CEO's office and was trying to sell him these pants. And he was like, "Get the hell out of here." And we were like, "You haven't even seen them yet." And then I had this briefcase that everything would just fall out. It was like ridiculous.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And it was like, we kept saying like, I don't know, it sounds like you might be able to use them and whatever. It was just, then we went to and then they kicked us out, and then we just went and did it somewhere else. That place actually tried to sue the network too.
That's almost like your early stuff, of like basically of what you're doing now, and when you're going up to those people and being like, yeah, I mean,
yeah, I've kind of been doing bothering people on the street stuff for a long time.
Yeah, the thing you put out last week was great. The trying to find the gayest dude at the straightest man at the
I love finding the straightest dude.
Finding the straightest dude is so funny.
You know Steven Crowder? Do you know who that is?
Yeah,
You've seen the meme though, basically.
Yeah.
Basically, there's this meme where he does something change my mind.
Yep.
Yeah.
This has made me laugh so much to have a son that says, "I'm straight, change my mind."
Did you do that? No. Oh, you got to do that. That's hilarious.
It just makes me
funny.
laugh. I'm straight, change my mind.
I love
do
it.
it, man, at the fucking gay pride parade.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I was thinking about doing something at Pride. I don't
You
know.
should.
You should.
Find the straightest man at Pride.
I was thinking about finding the
Finding the
Gayest
gayest
dude
guy
at Pride. Oh, yeah, man. That'd be
You're just
awesome.
interviewing someone, but it's just a complete censored brick.
It's funny, like, dude.
The Japanese cock blur?
Yeah, exactly. but it's a fucking human centipede, a dick.
You got here. When did you get here? 2017?
Yeah, I came. I think I've been here for like 4.5 years now.
And then all right, so you got past early. You started getting shit pretty quick.
Sort of got in the mix of like doing spots, but yeah.
And then when did the Boys Cast start? Your podcast?
I was just, when I came here, I was just like, so I would do every night I would do that. And then I just made videos every day.
Yeah.
And then I would just like, cause my thoughts were that like, okay, I'm really good at making videos and now I'm like meeting everyone and they're kind of paying attention. So that was kind of my thoughts. So I started doing all this stuff that was kind of like my plan. So I was just making like crazy amount of videos and then whatever, people started posting, they started kind of doing well. And then once like a few of those went like really viral, then and then also I was doing like everyone's podcast I made and stuff like that. So I kind of did whatever, had enough people that people started to share it and stuff like that. And then once the YouTube channel like started popping, then I started the podcast.
Do you remember what the first thing was that really popped for you?
There was like a few street interviews I was doing, and probably the first one that did anything was this one where I said that I was trying to do an interview with a Nazi, and but I couldn't find one, so I was just hoping you could be you. And the guy was bald, and he kept being like, "I'm actually not a Nazi. I know, but just pretend you are, because it would really mean a lot to me."
Yeah.
The guy's like, "But I hate all that stuff. I'm not racist at all." And I'm like, "I know, but come on, like,
dude, come on,
that was the
ham
gist
it up,
of it,
bro.
right?" And and I had him going for like a while, and that was kind of the first thing. Then I did one where I was saying who has nicer tits, Elizabeth Warren or Kamala Harris, and this lady busted in the interview and like flipped out.
Yeah,
I remember that.
What kind of question is that? In this day and age, why does it even matter?
Yeah. But actually, that's actually not true. The first thing that popped off was my stand-up on TikTok. That's what happened.
Was it?
Because I had these specials, and then when I got here, TikTok started. Danny was actually, I remember we were drinking in the Union Square, and he's like, this TikTok thing? And I was like, not really. And he was like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. He was telling me, it's like, and then I would just like took my whole special and chopped it into 50 clips, put it on, and like a few of them went like crazy.
Cool.
Now there's one joke where I said there's
corner.
72 genders, which means men are better than 71 genders. That was the first thing, and that one went like crazy. So then all that stuff adds up, and you're like, okay, now it's enough that people are sort of if you make good stuff, people will see it.
Yeah.
You're like, you just want to be like in the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Like, I feel like before you kind of some people you're like, no matter how good you make something, it doesn't matter. No one's seeing it. You just want to be like in the game where you're like, if I make something good enough, will people see it?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to be, and you got to kind of do. You really have to. Like, this is what me and Danny have talked about. It's like coming here again because you kind of get after a while almost like complacent in Toronto, right? Because you've been there for a long time, like with stand up and everything, and then you come here and it like relights that fucking fire.
Yeah, where you're like,
you have to go again.
now you got
right?
something to prove again, almost.
You know what I was kind of thinking recently? I was like, there's so much of your life that you're like sprinting. Where I was thinking, I was like, I feel like you definitely need those chapters.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, if you don't like start again, like whatever that means, you always just feel like you're fucking almost done.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you ever been like
There's
running
nothing
on
left
your
to do.
Yeah, or just like energy wise and like mentally, you're just like, okay, I'm almost done, and you're like, you're not almost done. This goes on forever.
Yeah.
You just do this forever.
Yeah,
so like,
truly.
you better not feel like you're almost done.
No, you're just whipping around a toilet bowl, man. It's
You
gonna
feel
be-
like, okay, if I just get a little further, then I'm like, then it's over.
yeah. No, it's true though.
There's
That's
always
very
that,
true.
Yeah, the layer of no, you're not done. There's fucking more shit to do.
Your
Like,
whole
keep going.
life,
Yeah.
So I feel like you need to like stop and.
The only
start
time
it
I feel
again.
like I truly have peace in this city is when I'm just taking that like 3 minutes minutes that I'm just taking a dump, and then I'm like, okay,
That's
now
your
I gotta
spot?
get shit done. Yeah, where it's just like, but then even then I'm like, fucking, you're like, okay, I gotta get shit to do.
I think I told you this, but I came back from, I was like touring like crazy, and I went to get my blood work, and the guy was like, your stress levels were like out of control.
Oh yeah.
He said cortisol was fucked up.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah.
Well, how long?
Fucking broke the needle on the thermometer.
Yeah. Like a Disney fucking Looney Tunes hit.
I'm trying to get that out under control.
Yeah.
So how many shows had you done? Because I know you were on the road for a long fucking
I was on
time.
tour like fucking 3 weekends a month, like probably 6-7 planes a month for, I don't know, the last 2.5 years.
How do you like being like?
With maybe
Sorry.
No worries. I was gonna say, like, now that you're like kind of rest, do you feel like your sleep schedule is kind of like?
I'm not
normal
resting. I'm just not traveling.
Yeah.
I feel 100 times better. I mean, it's no there's no question that touring nonstop is bad for you.
100%.
And it's worse for you when you're also doing other stuff.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because you're still keeping up with all your other shit all day. And
Oh, you literally like get on tour and you're like, okay, fine, I can focus on stand up because I've finally finished that stuff. Then you get back from tour, you're like, okay, finally, I can. It's like this cycle that goes on forever.
But how do you feel like?
Dude, the internet's like set up that you could just like never be done anything ever.
Right, it's true.
I feel like that's like,
Oh, the boys.
our rides are here.
The
Yep,
boys.
okay.
There we go.
Doesn't it sort of feel like that sometimes, where it's just like the internet introduced like a way of living that just like nothing's ever done ever for anyone, and I feel like
That's what
it's
they want,
not
right?
having a good effect on people.
It
Yeah, like
traps you,
before, you
dude.
could used to be able to shut off the day or whatever. Once you're in the house, you finish your work,
You
finish
finished.
it, and you're done. But now the internet's like, no.
I know, so you have to try to create your own like.
But that,
okay,
dude,
I'm
I've talked
finished.
about this a lot before. About like because coming from a place that was like super blue collar, and I look at some of the lives that people have that never got out and stuff. I'm like, fuck, I'd probably kill myself. But then at the same part, there's this beauty in the simplicity. Of when it's Friday, it's fucking Friday. And like you don't take your work home with you, and there's no pressure to ever elevate or get to the next level, and you never have to be thinking about that joke or that next video or anything, right? When you clock out, you're fucking done, dude. And you just get loaded for 2 days, and then you go back, and then Sunday night starts to kick in. You're going back to work.
Gotta go back to the factory.
Oh, but there's something nice too about just having a life where you don't even worry about that shit.
I mean, one realization that you kind of make is like that thing where people say it's like lonely or the top or whatever, but like objectively, like the more better you do, the more you're removed from people.
Right.
Like obviously just think of like a normal company. It's funner to be like on the floor with the boys than be the manager.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
But like that goes on forever.
Do you find that then you're like your closest friend? Like I know you have old buddies and stuff like that, but like when you're here, is it easier than just to be around comedians and like-minded people?
I think
who are kind of
comedy
on the same
yeah,
level.
Definitely that helps a lot because no matter what, you're just around people you like because of the nature of the thing.
Right.
But not on the road. It's just me and JJ.
The roads.
JJ and Eric just rocking around.
Yeah.
JJ's
No, that's why I bring friends. you
Yeah.
know?
What do
for
you
sure.
feel like is the
But it's just everything,
most
yeah.
favorite part of America that you've seen like on the road?
I think before I even moved here, I think New Orleans is the sickest place
Yeah?
in America.
Yeah.
Probably the way that Montreal's sick in Canada, though.
Oh,
haven't
New
been in
Orleans
New Orleans.
would be the Montreal of America.
No, not that they're similar. It's just like the feeling similar where you're like, fuck, this place is awesome. I don't know if I'd want to stay here forever.
Just because of the French influence.
No, I'm actually just saying the way it makes you feel.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
saying
yeah,
the cities are similar. I'm saying that like in New Orleans, you're like, fuck, this is crazy and sick, but I don't think I'd want to be here for like a week. That's how I
Yeah.
feel in Montreal in a completely different type of way.
Yeah, I feel you. I
Right.
feel you.
Yeah, true. I mean,
Like Montreal, like Newfoundland probably has a little bit of that too. You go there, you're like, yo, it's sick for a week.
But then
I'm
you're
not
like,
like
now let me get
Vegas
back
is
to
like
the real
3
world.
days. You do like 3
Yeah, I don't
4
like
days.
Vegas.
I do like Vegas, but I'm ready to leave.
I can see you though. You have it in your bones though to be able to sit there smoking a cigarette. Fucking, you know what I mean?
Vegas
just
guy,
like a
dude.
Coors Light cigarette. The beers. That's in your DNA though.
Oh hell yeah, dude! I rinsed so many Twisted Teas when I was there for my buddy's bachelor party, dude. I was eating. Of
course you did.
I was eating Tums like candy because I had so much sugar in me, and I just had the worst heartburn. I was just smoking cigars and drinking Twisted Teas, and I wasn't betting. Like I
You're not
wasn't
even tanned. You're just red.
Dude, I
from
wasn't.
liquor and
Yeah.
sun,
Oh, dude, it was bad. And I wasn't even playing the tables because I was waiting, right? Because it was an NFL Sunday coming. I'm like, I'm gonna post up in the sports book and I'm gonna fucking win all this goddamn money. I went in there, got rinsed for $1,100 on the Sunday, and I'd done so great, not spending a lot of money up until that day. But that was
That
we did
seems like
4 nights, and by the 4th day, you're like laboring through it, dude. You're like, why the fuck are we still here?
You could easily be like a gambling addict.
No, but I like to
yeah,
bet on.
I can see it
I
for
like to bet
sure.
on sports, but I'm not a table guy. really. Like I'll sit and I'll play like a little bit of blackjack or something. I'm not a big gambler at all in that sense. I like to bet on sports. As Danny knows, take a bit of a beating.
Take a little bit of
but I don't bet a
Vegas
lot
is
of
just corny to me. And I don't like
It
betting.
is. I mean,
like
it's-
casinos,
they're
I
just-
feel like I'm in a fucking old age
They're just
home.
selling
Yeah.
you shit at every fucking corner. It's like
Vegas is just a rage fest. That's all it is. It's a place for gluttony. If you want to go unleash on buffets and have some fun times, or if you want to
That's-
just go to the pool parties,
Go
and
unleash on a
fucking rip
buffet.
it. Oh yeah,
go bananas,
Bro.
dude. You want to fucking go
Yeah,
bananas on some
dude.
crab legs at
100%,
3 in the
man, where you
morning,
just
bro?
Pay the $58. You fucking eat until you want to puke. Maybe go to the washroom, puke a little bit like the Romans. Come back, eat another fucking 4 plates.
Went to Vegas,
and then you
fucked up
just
Golden
hit the
Corral.
You get the
fucking
wristband
party.
for the
Oh,
all-day
man.
buffet.
Yeah, you find me at the fondue fountain getting fucked up. That's what I'm saying, bro.
Vegas is trash.
Yeah,
It is, but like
three-day
it's a
town,
good time.
100%.
It's a good time though.
I mean, anywhere sick. My buddy, actually, speaking of marriages, I have a buddy that's supposed to be getting married. We've been engaged for 2.5 years.
Nice.
But we're saying that we want to go to Vegas for the bachelor party, and we are getting matching Wendy's uniforms to tell everyone that we're like the staff trip from Wendy's.
Awesome.
I don't know why that came up, but it got there.
That's
the
awesome.
idea is getting, yeah.
That'd be wicked.
Get some traction? Is that getting a little traction in the
HRT
group
bond.
chat?
It's settled on.
What's happening?
It's just we don't know if this wedding's happening.
Well,
Just go for the bachelor party anyway.
We're waiting for any
the Wendy's party's
confirmation.
locked up, but the wedding's
Bachelor party's
in the air.
locked in.
That's fucking
I
sick.
was loving the idea of 15 guys there, all saying they were from the head office of Wendy's.
Yeah. They'd be like, these Wendy
fucking
guys are
That's-
actually, these
me and
Wendy's
it-
guys are a riot. I didn't think they were like
Dude,
that at home.
You guys are just snorting coke.
Yeah.
I used to have this. Me
Just
and
feeding Wendy a little bit on the fucking street.
yeah.
Had to go a little
Doing
redhead
bumps off of
sweetheart.
Wendy?
Yeah.
open up for Daddy Dave. Just telling every girl about the fake office politics, like his dad owns the place, dude.
Yeah.
I don't even, I don't
Think I
even
knew
have
Wendy.
a fucking bachelor's degree at all.
Guy can't fucking sell fries to her. But there, you know what's funny? One of my old bits that in our group, for some reason, we used to tell girls we don't tell girls that we were firefighters, right? And whenever the girls go, where do you live? We'd always go, do you know Calgary? Yeah, 3 days from there, none of it. And Callowheat, actually. And it was like, for some reason, that was like the bit that we'd always do. Like, and then they'd go, oh, you don't know that. And then they go, ask him. And then they'd go up to like someone else and be like, where's this guy from? And he'd go, you know Calgary? Like 3 days, like they'd all,
That's funny,
we'd
yeah.
only reference it in respect to days from Calgary.
Yeah, days
And-
traveled like it was a horse.
And this went on forever, right? And I saw that I was at the airport, I was messaging all my buddies because at the airport, and I saw a guy talking to a girl, and he goes, yeah, I'm actually from Nunavut. And I was like, I just want to go up and be like, hey, that's kind of my line. And- but if you're
Can you cool it, dude?
Pro tip, mention the reference to Calgary.
Yeah,
That's
It's 3 days, not 4.
It was good. It brought me back to the old times, though. Just watching that guy
Message all
work
your
in the
buddies,
airport.
Be like, it's still
I do.
alive. Yeah, they
That's
pass it
awesome.
on.
Fucking guys using the Nunavut line in the airport.
Brotherhood of Traveling Lies.
Boys, we got a lot
You know
of
what the funny part is? None of these lines ever worked. I remember a girl I was dating at the time. Did she say that? And did it work? It's like, no, usually the girls got mad, walked away. It's like, why'd you keep doing it? It's like, not really sure.
For the
though.
boys.
Yeah, it's kind of a bit we do.
Boys. It's just kind of a dude thing.
Yeah, you just sort of bother them and then they leave. That used to be. It's funny, like, you know, they always had like the pickup artists, like the Vegas guys. Legitimately, I feel like that was the going thing with like my friend group, was the pickup artists of like trying to, you just go till they leave, and then that was the win.
That's great.
That's
yeah.
like, that was the key.
And you go try and fuck some other girls for real.
But it's way better watching a buddy strike out than get anything.
Oh,
You know,
for
it's
sure.
like watching somebody. You know, when you watch a buddy bomb, it's way funnier than watching a buddy kill on stage.
Of course.
Like when it's a good friend of yours and they're just eating, just shoveling shit up there. It's so
usually
funny.
like the same thing too. When he comes back, he's like, "Gosh, wasn't having any of it."
yeah.
I have a lot of people in my life rooting against me like that.
yeah.
I have 4 or 5 friends in comedy that fucking it's their favorite thing when I don't do good.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the best. So what's next for you, man? What's on the what's coming up for Ryan?
I'm here for 2 months. Then I'm going back on tour forever again.
Oh Jesus, where do you go?
Just
Where
filming
do you
shit in
start
the
your
summer.
tour? Where do you start?
I'm happy to get things sorted, man. I was just like sitting there, like working. I've already got my brain back. I feel like I'm writing stand up. I'm releasing a special, so I'm trying to put in a new
That's
hour.
right. That
before
you
I
shot
leave
in
again.
Calgary, right?
Yeah.
Sick.
So I'm trying to figure out like a new, at least like workable hour. So
Do you sit and write every day?
Yeah.
Like
no, not every day, but I do sit and write.
You put a timer down and stuff?
Do you take time out to do it, or is it just like when it strikes you?
No. That's definitely, it's like systemized as part of my thing. But sometimes it's not like, I mean, ideal situation, I think sometimes would be like, 2 hours in the first thing you wake up. But I feel like I'm doing so many things that I need to give them like bigger blocks these days. So a lot of times it'll be like, no, I'm writing the stand up for these 2 days. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's good.
Like every 6 or 7 days, it'll be like, no, Monday from the moment I get up to the moment I'm going to sleep, I'm only thinking about stand up. Then I'll write a bit, walk around, blah, blah.
We just put that up there just to like make even if it's just 15 minutes, just to make yourself.
I feel like it takes 15 minutes to get into the thing.
Well, I know, but it's just that's the thing is it's making you
get past from journal entry style,
just free writing,
right? And then it will be like, okay, like how am I processing my mind, everything, and then that's when it's like, oh, okay,
that's true. Yeah,
found the funny kind of shit.
Last week
takes me 15 minutes to decide I'm just gonna wing it tonight. You're just looking at it. You're like, I'll figure it out up there,
dude. I mean, sometimes the fucking brain's so annoying. Like, you just wish you could hack it. I'm sure it's like this with anything type of ideas, but like, legitimately, I remember last week I was like, I spent so much time writing, and it was like pretty unsuccessful. And then I was walking around the like park by myself, and probably in those 15 minutes, I had more new things than the 40 hours before.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. Well, you also have to do shit that's not comedy, right? To like, you have to live a bit of life.
Do you? I don't know.
Think so.
People say that.
So.
I don't know if I agree with it.
I think you have to do some shit.
Yeah.
Just to get inspired and to
I mean, it depends. If your jokes are about things that happen to you, then
sure.
yeah.
I'm not just.
But if your jokes aren't about things that happen to you, like, I feel like, for example, like talking to people to me would be more mentally stimulating than like doing an event.
Sure. I just mean doing anything that takes you outside of the act of just literally just sitting and trying to think.
Say like, you're chopping it up with your buddies or whatever. Like everybody wanted to go to the darts tournament and everything like that stuff instead of just being in comedy and then writing comedy.
Yeah, going to a game.
That's just healthy for you. I don't know if that's. I do think I could like buckle down and just sit there and write, but that's healthy as a human being.
Yeah.
I mean, they've done speaking of fucking dude bro shit, they've done this study like a bunch of times where it's like dudes that like get together with their buddies once a week are in like a way better mental and physical healthy state.
I saw that study.
And they do that. They run that like all the time. And it's like you're like better for stress. It's better like mentally. And it's like, so yeah, unfortunately, like humans are like social things. I sometimes forget that, and I'm like, no, I could just like sit here and do this. And it was like, yeah, but like then after that 8th day, you'll have done like so much damage to your brain that it'll be fucking more than you gained.
Yeah, every now and then I'll spend like 2 days where I don't fucking talk to anybody. Just shut her down.
Do you think you could do a silence retreat? Like you go away for
hate that.
You could shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
hate that shit.
You could do that. And just fucking,
Put the girlfriend on a silence retreat wouldn't be bad.
God damn.
Zip it.
I
think that'd be like super funny though, in a sense where it's like you're on the thing.
How many days?
And then like 3 days.
Yeah, I could do 3.
But then it's like you see something super fucking funny, and then it's like that class moment where you like look at another guy and he says it, and then you're both like,
did this have a lot of this?
Trying to, yeah, and then you're communicating, how funny it is, and you're just like.
To be honest, the silence retreat I do too much silence retreat because I'm by myself probably more than I would like to be. To be completely honest, I feel like it's the opposite where I'm too much by myself, but it's like I mean, this whole game is how much stuff you can write. Like, really,
it's true, man. It's true, and you're pumping a ton of fucking shit.
That's why I try to probably like 2 full days a week. Minimum, I probably just literally sit there for at least 8 hours writing.
That's amazing. That's discipline,
just
right?
Whether it's sketches,
You're
whether it's
disciplined.
stand-up, whether it's
everything's gonna fall apart if not. Yeah, well, I separate it. I mean, one thing that I have gotten better at is like I'll fucking sit there and write stand-up for like that long, and then go look at the stand-up and be like, what if this do I want to talk about on my podcast? What if this do I want to make into a sketch?
Oh yeah, true.
And sometimes stand-up can be the farm system for other things. Yeah, all the time. Yeah. Dude, I literally just
you ever
did
do material on your podcast?
Well, it depends on the type of things. I wouldn't do like a one-liner, but if it's like a funny thing, you know what I mean?
Like you're almost fleshing out the idea fully on the podcast.
Yeah, a lot of my stand-up is kind of like opinions on things anyway, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
it's
kind
very
of,
observant. Like you're kind of observing the I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
It's very human. You know, I think you're always dissecting what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, I talk a lot about like fucking, dudes and girls and like relationships and shit like that. And then we talk. That's kind of like the basis of the podcast in the first place.
That's true. A lot of relationship shit.
So you get you can kind of get more. I mean, everything's like that. You can kind of systemize it, but then again, Dude, I wish I had it figured out. Every time I feel like I figured out, it's like the more you try to systemize it, and then you're like, well, now I'm just a robot and I'm unhappy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there needs to be a little bit of fucking room for just shit to happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, it's like I feel like the proper human state for like a man is somewhat of like you want it generally systemized with like room for random shit, something like that.
No,
space for
organized
spontaneity.
chaos.
Space for spontaneity is a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Well, it also
Glad I
like
got that whole sentence.
That was
out.
fucking
That was
great,
that was-
Danny.
I had to preload that, lock it in, and
bit of a
launch
theme
it.
on here is Danny trying to work through words and
Yeah,
sentences.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
that was actually
I'm
huge.
the same way, man.
Sometimes
don't let him beat you up on that.
I
Man.
don't. And then when the camera's off, it's like you hit me.
I'm sure we can find an article on the internet that says guys who can't say words are actually smarter. You
That's what
can
I'm
find
saying, bro.
anything
You know
that.
what I'm
Buddy,
talking about, right?
You could go home and write that article, and then it'll be on the internet tomorrow.
You can find anything you want,
Hey,
man.
Danny, I found it. It's like, dude, Ryan wrote this. It's fucking his language all over this.
It's on there, man. That's a fucking
It's
journal.
true, man. That's true. That's in there. Well, fuck, dude. I think we're good, right?
Okay,
We're
what are we
good.
doing?
But here's the thing we do, Ryan. We set our intentions on this podcast for what
like to
we're.
Oh, you say your intentions? You guys do that?
for what we're gonna do for the week.
Oh, okay.
What we're gonna do for this week. So Danny, why don't you kick it off?
I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to sit down like Ryan, and I'm going to block out 2 hours, and then just see what I can crack out in 2 hours, whether it comes to our podcast or whether it comes to stand up. I'm also going to get all my ducks in a row and fucking flush out this show that I'm doing on the 19th in Edmonton, and I'm going to fully fucking enjoy myself while I'm in Alberta in the finals.
Go Oil.
Go Oils.
All right, okay. I'm gonna get back to Jim. 6 days a week.
6 days.
You know what?
Okay.
Just to sort of interrupt, Danny, what was your opinion on the scandal where they wouldn't put the game on, the Edmonton game? Did you not hear this?
When?
What was that?
Basically, they were. It was Game 6, and it was Edmonton.
Yeah.
And CBC, I think it was, has like the only rights to that game. And then instead, they put on like the Canadian Screen Awards because I guess like people at that place were like, whatever, it's not that big a deal.
that's
No one,
fucking
and it
stupid.
was a uproar.
100%,
fucking
man.
right,
and
of course.
especially because I think it was on a Saturday too, so it should be fucking Saturday hockey
Hockey
night
night
in
in
Canada,
Canada.
on fucking in Alberta, where they can seize the Western Conference Finals, and that's another reason why you should defund the CBC. If you ask me, I think that's-
Legitimately, if you're trying to give people a reason, that's a pretty good one. They're taking hockey off the air.
Yeah, that'll
That's
do
like,
it.
what the fuck?
If you want to wake people up in Canada, man, that'll
just so
fucking
you can
do it.
see this hour is 22 minutes, win another award, and fucking 4 other ones.
Can you
man.
actually
It's
write
like-
something about that and post it tomorrow so I can share that journal? And then
Yeah,
we'll get the
100%.
fucking just
I think
CBC
it's
outrage going.
bullshit, but it's also another reason why like you can see the West being like fuck the CBC. Then if you're gonna take away the Oilers winning Game
That's
6
wild,
in
though,
the
to me,
Stanley
that
Cup
that would-
Western Conference
Oh,
Finals.
people were not happy because people were like, whatever, the CBC's fine, like they can exist. And then they're just like, oh, by the way, we're taking hockey off the air and we have the exclusive rights. Everyone's like, what the fuck?
Oh, I
did
bet you
just
had
say?
you had one guy going first on Cherry now this.
Oh,
just
yeah.
fucking losing it, man. He throws a dart at Ron McLean's head, just fucking I'm gonna get him. Puts on a big fucking blue Alberta fucking bandana, just fires up the F-150 and fucking full throttles it through his through his garage door. It's not even open. He doesn't wait for it. Cracks the whole thing. Just drives right to Toronto and fucking detonates.
He's got grapes tattooed on his ribs. Don Cherry. Oh, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I think that's bullshit. I didn't know
That
about
is wild. I can't believe that this
People weren't happy.
That's also a major oversight.
Yeah.
It's not a major. I think what happened is, and I'm not even just trying to be like whatever here, is there was like a lot of girls working there, and like that's what it is right now. And they're just like, okay, we'll switch. Like, I guess oversight. Yeah, actually,
They
you're
wanna
probably
see an
right with
award
oversight. But
show.
it's like the oversight was like the people that work there have no idea what people want to
Or
watch.
you just had
you're
some
fucking-
butthurt fucking Leafs fan just in the thing. He's just like, I'm not watching anything.
fuck 'em.
win."
yeah, you think that's what CBC is? A bunch of Leafs fans
Yeah.
working there?
Yeah, no doubt. Murdoch
You think that's what the
Mysteries fans.
employees? You think that's what the employees of CBC? Just a bunch of hockey
yeah.
Leafs fans?
Yeah, just a female bunch of buds, eh? Just a,
Buds, baby.
some guy still butthurt about the fucking Hyman trade. That he's like, I can't believe we got rid of him.
It's probably that. Yeah.
I'm butthurt about the Hyman trade.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Okay, what's your intention?
Oh, my intentions. Okay, I'm gonna quit vape. I gotta quit vape.
I'm telling you, if you switch to Zins, it'll solve the whole thing.
I tried.
speaking of that-
You did?
Ooh, I'll take one of
Yeah, I'll
these.
take a Zin. I mean, it really, that didn't solve it for you?
what do you got? Your little, you pulled one out there a little bit.
I don't know. Oh, yeah, this is empty.
Okay, I'm gonna start zinning and I'm gonna quit
Yeah, it solves
vaping.
the whole thing.
I'm gonna go to the gym 6 days a week. I'm gonna sit and I'm gonna write because I want to work new jokes. I'm tired of the old shit. So I said that last week.
You guys are in a bit of a different situation because you're always showcasing kind of all these.
We
people
are, but now it's like we've kind of gone through a lot of that. There still will be showcase sets,
and you're at the places where now you kind of know everyone there, like here.
Yeah, I think it's time to really start working on new material. Get down to that. We got to bang out a bunch of pod shit this week because Danny's going away for 3 weeks. So I think that this week I just intend to be focused, man. I want to lock
Dialed in.
I'm going to dial in. Okay,
Tighten
Ryan, what
it
about
up.
you, buddy? What are you going to do this week?
I'm going away 3 weekends in a row in 2 weeks. So my goal is to like really crank out stuff so I have that all figured out
Fucking right.
before I leave, so I can kind of like actually kind of have like normal weekends maybe.
Okay, sick,
Have a
dude.
bit of space for spontaneity.
Yeah, exactly. Have like my obligations done so I can just like think.
Yeah.
It's underrated.
Hell yeah. Well, listen, thanks for hanging out in our fucking studio.
Yeah, thanks for coming out.
Looks pretty good, eh?
We'll have
I'm
that
glad we got
figured
the
out.
whole fucking squad here, dude. I'm telling you, the Toronto
It's a
squad
takeover,
in,
bro.
Toronto
It's a
squad
takeover.
in New York's looking real good right now.
Oh, hell
Yeah,
yeah,
dude.
man. That's why
It's fucking beauties.
Yeah,
We're
man,
strong.
I love it though because they go, oh fuck, do we got enough Canadians here? I go, hell yeah, man, welcome to the fucking embassy. That's what I always say to them, and they're like, what? And it's fucking 6 deep, ready?
But
to
it's
rock
no,
and
it's
roll.
not. There's not a. It's everyone's a fucking dog. It's like actually.
It's a
not
good
just like-
crew, dude.
That's what I mean. It's not just like random dudes where you're like, okay, I know that guy because we're from Toronto. It's actually like all fucking boys.
Yeah,
Hell yeah,
fucking
man.
Loaded in,
Killers.
ready, clearing doors, just fucking.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, it's sick. Well, we can finish in this camera.
Yeah, all right.
We're officially wrapping this up. This is the Dude Bro Zone. Dude Buddy Bro Zone. We got Ryan Long, Danny Martinello, and Jarrett Campbell. So
God bless you, everyone.
God bless you. We'll see you next week.
America.
Peace.